Today, guys, we now have the ability to unlock all of the exotic catalysts for Wolfsbane. Last week, we got all the intrinsics. We got a guide on that. Got a guide on the exotic itself. But this week, we now have the ability to get all of the catalysts. One of them being attrition ores, which is what we got last week. It's actually, this one's a pretty good exotic catalyst, because you pretty much are constantly producing orbs of power, especially with its nanite form. Then you got Relentless Strikes, which is your normal run-of-the-mill sword perk. We're landing 3 light attacks, then a short time grant sword ammo. I'm not really leaning toward that one, considering that when you do Nano Assault anyways, you're already giving yourself heavy ammo. I actually feel like the ammo economy in Wolfsbane is really, really good. But then we have Burning Ambition, and I think this one might really cook. We're going to go damage test it in just a moment. Dealing sustained damage scorches the target. Dealing damage to a scorched target inflicts scorch. Now, we're going to go try this on Warlock with Dawn Chorus and just heavily lean into, you know, scorch and maybe get some ignition damage off of that. But I think that could chunk a lot there with that combination. But then we have this final one, and this is specifically made for Wolfsbane. Subroutine Recursion. Quicksilver nanites grant more health the greater your stacks of Nano Assault are. Taking damage while Nano Assault is active has a chance to generate nanites nearby. We're going to actually start right here before we go do damage testing. I'm just curious to see its functionality, and then we'll go do damage testing with Burning Ambition. Let me just say this, though. Attrition Orbs, Burning Ambition, and Subroutine Recursion, like, I think these are all really good. Attrition Orbs is actually really nice if you're in a situation where you're just trying to proc yourself orbs. Maybe you're trying to give yourself surges, and you have your own self loop of giving yourself surges. Maybe you're leaning into the armor set here. Let me actually make this real quick. Maybe you're leaning into the 2-piece armor set here for smoke. Ride together, die together. When picking up an aura power, gain a brief period of rapidly decaying damage reduction. And that's a massive 45% damage reduction there, but it's only given to you roughly, what, 3 seconds or so. But if you have something like attrition, well, you're constantly able to produce your own orbs and proc that yourself, on top of procking things like surges. Oh, it's a 40% damage resist? Okay, that was 45%. Excuse me. I'm being told that the ride together, die together is a 40% damage resist, not 45. We're going to go still test out the functionality of this first, though. And then we'll go to Greg and check damage. All right, hold on. Let me take a look at this. Let me read this again. Quicksilver nanites grant more health the greater your stacks of Nano Assault ore. Taking damage while Nano Assault is active has a chance to generate nanites nearby. All right, let's see if we generate me run another combat wave. Let me make this active. But you see the nanites right here? You see the nanites all around me? See the nanites? All right, so hold on. If I do a refresh on this, I swap the Nano Assault, I should create nanites from just taking damage. Oh, they're there! They are there! Love it, baby. It's happening. We're just trying to make sure this perk works. Obviously, you just want to keep using the axe like you always would, you know. But they are, in fact, creating nanites, even if I just stood there and took damage and when Nano Assault is active. So the main thing is with this one, it's supposed to help keep you alive more. I could see real quick like how much health we look like we're getting back right now. Actually work this down. Okay, there's no banner. This is just Nano Assault and other things. Hold up. Okay, you see the health bumps. I'm gonna be honest, man. And like, we're playing at normal right now. I'm thinking like minus 20, minus 30. I think you're gonna still get shit on unless you're building into like banner. I'm just saying what I'm really trying to get to is like, I wonder if it's just better just go one of the other exotic catalysts. I don't feel like the health is like that massive enough to warrant using this one over the other exotic catalysts. So we're gonna go craft this again. We're going to put on Burning Ambition, and we are going to go do some damage testing, okay? All right, guys, I'm going to do Song of Flame. Should I do Song of Flame right now? No, we'll do it by itself. Oh, yeah, Ray's got Outbreak. All right, this is just no super. Okay, I got the nanites here. Damn, brother. That was just Dawn Chorus, Wolfsbane, Ashes, all these other different fragments, but pretty much just the axe by itself. 43,862. Man, I am rocking 3 surge mods. I will say I am rocking 3 surge mods. I'm going to try popping a super this time, see how far we go with it. Hold on, Ray. Ray, you're going too fast. God damn it, Ray. Ray, can you just... God, dog at that chunks, man. God, dog at that chunks, brother. God damn it, dude. Let me just say this. There were so many people that wrote this sword axe off. But it does a tremendous amount of damage. Dare I say, the best melee weapon in the game. Granted, its base form is not that good, but its nano form is really good. Now, all right, Ray, come do your thing, baby. Hot damn, brother. Oh my God. Holy shit. Loco, what do you mean that damage is terrible? You said the DPS is worse. How would it be worse? We essentially got the skip. So hold on. Let me understand this correctly. You go ahead. You essentially accumulate your stacks of nano assaults. You do your damage rotations. You're 1 heavy, 2 light. You work your way down to the final second of nano assaults. Then you swap off the weapon and then swap back. And it will still retain half of your nano assault bar, which means you only have to do enough light attacks to fill up half of the full bar, or half of this full bar versus the whole one. Overall sustained damage is good, but the DPS is mid. Shank, come join me right now. Shankara, you come show me a DPS rotation, and like with just your weapon, you can use a well or something, but you come show me a weapon rotation here that can outperform this. I'm at work, brother. I cannot. On paper, literally, Thunderlord DPS out DPSs it. Sustain Wolf is double the damage. Here's what I can do for you. Here's what I can do for you. Because there seems to be people in the stream saying that Thunderlord out damages this axe. I'm gonna help you out. I'm gonna go get on Titan. I'm gonna put on a Thunderlord. I'm gonna join Ray back, and we will get a glance at it. Clear these ads out if you can. Thunderlord, go, baby, go! Do your thing, Thunderlord. Yes, yes. Show them why you're meta. Was I baited just now? Maybe. Oh, shit. Man, this damage is cooking. You're right. You're right. Thunderlord is clearly better. You're so right. It's clearly better. It is 1,000% better. Holy shit. Would be close to a tractor? Guys, we are almost to the final 10,000 players in Destiny. We are better than this. Okay, you are better. You are better than this. If I apply tractor to Thunderlord, then I can also apply tractor to the goddamn axe. Do you understand? Apples to apples. Guys, can you just say it with me? This axe. I misjudged this weapon. I assumed it was going to be shite. And although it's a play style that I normally don't like to incorporate inside of Destiny, objectively, I have to acknowledge that this axe absolutely pops off and does a tremendous amount of damage. Hold on. People are bringing up the fact I'm rocking this. Let me go get back on my warlock. People are bringing up the fact that I was using things like Hellion and whatever else. Let me just use no Hellion, no Hellion, literally just the axe and my super. Ray, let's do that again this time. This time, no Outbreak, okay? They're gonna say, no, Thunderlord could out damage it. You just had Outbreak helping you. So no Outbreak this time. What was that? That's just the axe. And I walked out of fucking my well in Sanguine. Oh my god, it clears it by a long shot. Clears it by a long shot, dude. Look, again, I got so many people that talk shit about this axe, and I just don't know why. I just hate that bosses don't support melees most of the time. I mean, I will give you this. You get stomped to hell and back. Yeah, you do get stomped to hell and back. I wish it had a little more survivability. I mean, we're going to be looking at it more this week and see if we can play into that. And here's the thing. This is where I'm leaning on this. Burning Ambition is better for damage, without a doubt. But I think Attrition Orbs is better for survivability, especially when you include the Smoke 2P set. This ride together, die together. Because when you're underneath an enemy that's stopping you constantly, 9 times out of 10, especially at, at higher levels, you're going to get shit on. And so that orb creation helps a ton. And in itself, loops really good too. If you could stay alive, no problem. All right, Burning Ambition it is.
Slap that like button like your mama told you right.